And oh shit! Oh my god!
I'm like knocking shit over.
It's all good. Knock it out. Knock it out.
What's up?
Man, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming through, bro.
Shit, man. I'm so excited.
Oh shit! She knocked down the light.
I did. Whoa.
Awesome.
Oh my god, I'm here.
Hard.
Oh my god, I'm here. Okay.
Yeah. Are we ready, guys?
Yeah. No, we've been starting podcasts like this, like.
I was like, we're going. Let's go. Let's dive right
Ready?
in.
Rocking?
That's awesome. Yeah, let's give her the full. Let's give her the full.
You got that footage, right? Because we're gonna
No.
work that in.
We're gonna work with that. Let's give her the
right.
full spiel. You ready?
Sporting touch of hands. Round number one. There's that fast start, and that is the fastest knockout in bare knuckle fighting championship.
Hey mama, no born in the Bronx, raised in Dade. Been in the city since Pit had braids. Bahapanti parties, but I know how to sneak me out. Now it's 7-figure meetings every day. We need a house. It's game time. The game's mine. You know the vibe. Yo viajado el mundo entero, reppin' 305.
Welcome everybody to Don't Blink Podcast. You know I got the kid in the building.
Yes.
Today we got a special guest, man. My partner in crime when it comes to fighting.
Yeah.
Taylor Killa B.
Hey,
Starling.
Killa B's in the building.
What's up?
Yeah.
So
Hey.
happy to be here.
So awesome you're here. And you came down from South Carolina.
Yeah,
That's
I booked
awesome.
a flight. I came on down,
That's
doing some
awesome.
business. I head home tomorrow.
That's
but
awesome.
Oh man.
no better way to spend my time.
Absolutely.
And you had to stop by the Don't Blink. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Mandatory. We've been trying to get her for a couple of months already.
Yeah.
And it helps out that we're on the same management team and they're down here. So
Yes.
get to do a little business at the
Got
same
all
time.
the business done in one day.
Hell
that's
yeah.
awesome. First thing I saw is that you're Pisces gang.
Hey,
Pisces gang. I'm
yes.
an emotional crybaby, sensitive, artistic, creative, boom,
Yeah.
bang, pow. Are you a
Yeah.
Pisces too?
I'm a Pisces.
Okay,
I'm
that's how we get
emotional,
along.
creative, but I'll beat your ass.
Mike, what's his sign?
No, too nice.
Me, I'm a
That's too
Gemini.
nice.
Gemini.
Mike is a Pisces though.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's the
see?
day before you.
And then my son's a Pisces.
That's
so
awesome.
Like
My son's a Pisces too.
We all Pisces get along with Pisces.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Then you got Gemini over here.
Yeah, I'm like an alien. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm over
Hey,
here
we'll
wilding.
make it work. We'll make
Yeah.
it work. So what's up, man? We like to highlight our guests and let everybody know from beginning to where we're at now. So let us know, where were you born and raised at?
I was actually born in Tampa, Florida.
Were you?
I was
Okay.
born
What?
in Tampa.
So you're a Florida girl.
Yes, I'm a Florida girl. That's what was like. What's so has me shook when I fight in Tampa is I remember being a kid and growing up here and then getting to fight here on the big stage is a huge deal.
Yeah.
I was born in Tampa. Moved up to South Carolina. My dad actually worked at Busch Gardens in Florida.
Okay, dope.
So he worked there and then got a job at a place called Carowinds up in Charlotte, North Carolina, at an amusement park. And he's a huge boss, been up there for 20 years. And
Nice.
yeah, I actually also lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I've been all over the place.
Did you train in Albuquerque also?
I
or not?
did.
Okay.
I actually trained at a gym called Fit NHB. So Ray Borg, Tim Means was there. Some Invicta girls were there. It was a really good gym. That's where I started off, and I came back home. I had some shit go down in Albuquerque that just like wasn't good for my mental health, and I was going down the wrong path. I started doing drugs, started getting in bad shit, and then I was like, all right, I had a breakthrough moment where I was like, I got to get out of here. I need to go back home, go be with my dad, get shit together.
Yeah.
That's how I got to where I'm at. That breakthrough moment where I was tired of my own shit, and I was like, all right, time to make a power move or die.
Yeah.
You know?
It's crazy when you're like in the thick of it and you're like, cause I was training at the same time. I'm doing drugs. I'm like rolling on ecstasy, doing like really shitty stuff.
Yeah.
And training and thinking that I'm a great athlete. I would look in the mirror and look at myself and be like, wow, like you're amazing.
Hey, you're a badass.
And then now, if I see pictures from that phase of my life, I'm like, holy shit. Thank God the veil was like unlifted and just things sent me the way that they did.
Me too. I was training too and doing the same thing, and I was like, I look back, I'm like, I'm embarrassed at myself. I hate talking about it.
Like I look like the champ, you know? No, hell no.
No, and making that decision is a real tough decision. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a leap of faith type of vibe, and you did it. And look at you
Yeah.
right here, right now,
Oh,
killing
man.
it.
Oh man.
Absolutely. But let me ask you, how far back does fighting go? Were you fighting in elementary school? Were you?
She's been fighting all her life.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I was fighting out the womb, baby.
Yeah.
No, actually, when I moved out to Albuquerque, I started getting picked on a lot.
Okay.
Just 'cause I'm like this tiny little white girl, and I had a single dad. So my dad, he was a hard ass and hard on me. I moved out to Albuquerque to live with my mom. Didn't know my mom growing up, didn't have a relationship with her, just kind of like randomly went out to Albuquerque, went to be with my mom. Shit went south. I got picked on and bullied. People did not like me because hey y'all, I'm from South Carolina. And I'm like,
so let me ask you, in Albuquerque, were there what, like for school, like middle school?
Middle school. Okay. I started off in middle school.
Okay, so teenager years too. So that's tough. That's tough.
First fucking day of school, I go to school and this girl says, meet me after class. I'm going to beat you up. And I'm just like, no, you're not. Like, all right, whatever. Like, I tried to just, like, let it go. And I remember I, like, walked out of class. This girl yanked me by my backpack, and we just started brawling.
What?
And then it was just, like, continuous. Like, I always got picked on, always got jumped or just something. And then finally the wrestling coach was like, yo, why don't you try wrestling or try something to, like, get it out of your system? And I was like, I'd rather punch somebody. Do you know where I can go? And I did that. And then I was like, I want to compete. I want to do this, like, a competition. So
what'd you do first? What'd you
wrestling?
do?
I started wrestling, but I didn't really like it. It didn't stick. So I started doing jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Didn't really like jiu-jitsu. Just didn't stick. Started boxing, and I was like, here we go. I like to punch people.
Nice.
I've kind of done it all, but once I started boxing, I really just knew, like, that was it for me. I was like, this is what I like to do. I like to punch people in the face.
Nice.
And that was like a, what, 18, 20? What?
I was like 13.
Oh, really? Nice.
What? Oh, it was in the beginning.
Beginning.
So
Damn, hell yeah.
So you did amateur boxing?
I did amateur boxing.
Okay. Out of Albuquerque?
Out of Albuquerque.
Nice,
Smokers, like, every other weekend, every other month. It was crazy. And I got my ass beat a couple times. I beat some asses a couple times.
Yeah.
And, so on and so forth. And then I would try to go MMA, and I just don't like being on the ground. I don't want to grapple, but, the market for women and stuff and trying to build yourself, like, MMA was where I had to go.
Right.
And then I saw bare knuckle come about. Yeah. And that's when I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah. How did that come about for you?
Well, I just had like a really even record, like even in kickboxing, even in MMA, had to win in boxing. And I saw bare knuckle. My first coach that I was with originally was like, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
He was like, heck no. I will not condone that in my gym. Yeah. And I'm like, dang, all right. Waited a couple years, kind of drifted apart from that gym, moved, got divorced. Like my whole life just shifted and changed. So I moved to a different city. Went to the gym I'm at now, which is Modern Warriors. I went to that gym
in South Carolina.
In South Carolina, okay. And I was like, "Hey, I think
hey y'all,
yeah, hey y'all, hey y'all. I saw that Paige Van Zant, Paige Van Zant signed to bare knuckle, and I want to beat Paige Van Zant up." And they were like, "Yeah, good luck with that. Like, good luck trying to get in touch with them or contact." I literally hammered at it for months and months and months and months, and I think Britton Hart kind of was like, "Yay, maybe I can put in a word for you." And they basically gave me the opportunity to fight for Knucklemania, which will be a year ago.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
I was there. That's good. That's awesome.
But I remember they were like, listen, you either take this fight or we don't have anything to do with you ever again.
You had a fucking incredible fight, man. You had an incredible fight.
And it was wild because right before that fight, I had 2 losses. I had a loss in MMA, I had a loss in boxing, and a loss in kickboxing. And I remember sitting there before the Knucklemania fight, and I go, okay, well, this is a determining factor. If I lose this fight, I'll never fight again.
Yeah.
Because I just felt like defeated, and I was like, honestly, I was so nervous about the fight. I'm like, I'm about to go fight on pay-per-view. Everybody's about to see me get knocked out. My career's gonna be over. This sucks. And right before I walked out, like, you would never know when I walked out, but right before I walked out, I had tears like in my eyes. I was like, well, I'm gonna go out here and lose, and this is it, boys and girls. And like, I really didn't believe in myself. And like, one of my coaches just grabs me and he pulled me close and he goes, Taylor, I want you to know you're gonna walk out there, you're gonna steal the show, and your life is gonna be changed forever. And I looked at him and I was like, stop. It was easy for you to say. And then I like went out there and every single one of those things happened. And he was like, I had a vision, man. Like, I see you, and like the way you carry yourself. He was like, there was no way you were going out there and losing. But it's just wild. My life changed so much.
It's amazing. And you explained this so well, because every fighter, and I don't give a fuck what they say, because none of them will admit to this, but everybody goes through that feeling.
Yeah.
Everybody goes through that. You see yourself lose in every way. You can't see yourself winning the fight as much as you try to visualize. All you see is yourself getting hurt and this and that and the other. So that's awesome for you to come out and say that, man, because it's the truth, man. You know? That's fighting in a nutshell, you know, when you're coming out.
People will be like, are you, like, because I like to dance before I walk out. Yeah. And it seems like it's confident and all. That literally is me like so fucking nervous that I'm like, I gotta get it out. I gotta get it out. You know, that's what it is for me.
I'm about to make a song. Gotta let it
Yeah.
out. Gotta get it
And
out.
someone, like, people will go in on me and be like, you suck at dancing. I'm like, I'm not dancing because I'm a dancer. I'm dancing because I'm terrified right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Trying
that's
to get
the way
shit
to
out of
get
your
it out.
mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it to the stage, and the only way I can do it is just dance.
Yeah, and that's what gets me. That's how I get. That's how I get my nerves up. But yeah, I will tell everybody, oh, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Who wants to go fight in front of a crowd and like you schedule a fist fight? Like,
Right.
You
right.
think
the
about
anticipation for it is what gets you. That's what I tell everybody.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, God, I've been fighting I went to prison for fighting on the streets and stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's easy. That's what. Psh,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That was fast, Jackie Chan.
that's why I made it so far.
a scheduled fist fight.
Yeah, scheduled
Yeah,
fist fight.
yeah,
The
yeah.
anticipation and getting ready, knowing somebody else is getting ready for you. Yeah, it takes a lot. Takes a lot.
It's definitely overwhelming. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you guys love it.
Yeah,
I do.
we're psycho. That's
Yeah,
what we got screws loose. We got screws loose.
I do. You know, but it's the same cycle. Like, okay, so you want to fight, you love it, it's awesome. You start training, you love that. Then you can schedule a fight, and you're like, all right, here it goes again. And then you kind of start hating it again.
Yeah.
And then you fight, you win, and it goes back in the circle. You know what I mean?
You don't know how many times I've been training and just been like, man, I hate this.
Yeah.
I hate this so much. I don't even know why I do this anymore. Just going in on myself. I'm like, man, this is so stressful. But
Yeah, I think it's like a Pisces thing. I think
yes, and then you win. You're like, all right, I'm ready. When's the next one? Line it up, baby. Line it up.
yeah.
It's like he said, like, yeah, I could do this again.
Yeah.
Hey, get in there
you know
and
what?
do this again.
We replaced the drug high for this high, and it's the same thing. Like, you're like, fuck,
yeah.
why am I doing this? Oh, I love it. That's why. You know?
Yes,
it's weird.
exactly. That is exactly what it's like.
It's a weird high. Yeah. Hey, and how'd you hook up with First Round?
I work with Dave Van Auken of Fight Bananas.
Oh, yeah, I know Dave.
Yeah, we actually have our own podcast.
Bananas
and
and the Bee.
The Banana and the Bee.
Yeah.
And then
Shout out to Dave, man. He's a cool
Hell
guy.
yeah.
the funny thing is I met him through a friend of mine that was an amateur MMA fighter. Just somehow he had done an interview with him. And he was like, yo, this girl Taylor from your gym looks pretty cool. And then I started talking to him, and we became friends for years before I even met him in person, just always, like, hyping each other up. And he would always tell me, like, you're going to be a star. I see it for you. And even when I was at, like, losing record, no house, no car, no nothing, no money, no job. And he's like, no, you're going to be a star. I promise you. And I'm like...
Yeah, this guy's trying to get in my pants.
Yeah. I met him, and he just would talk to me all the time. And then he... got me in contact with Dean Toole.
Okay,
Dean
that's my guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dean Toole really wanted me to fight MMA.
Yeah. He has
And, like-
island fights.
Yeah. And Dean Toole kind of, for a while there was like, had me at the top of his list, like Taylor's going to be a star. And then my life kind of fell apart a little bit for a minute during COVID, and I was getting a divorce and just shit wasn't right. And Dean Toole kind of took me off his list. And I remember David Naughton telling me like, oh, Dean Toole took you off his list.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, fuck. I was like, okay, well, I got to get back on my grind, get everything going. And through Dean Toole, I met David Arvello
my
and
guy.
First
Yeah.
Round. Yeah, they're all the best. Like
Hell
they
yeah.
they take care of me. They take care of me.
Yeah, for sure. No,
It was just like a chain.
Yeah, and no, and hands down. I mean, not because they're my management team too, but they're amazing. You know what I mean? From Malky down, Malky and Abraham down, everybody's amazing. Top
Amazing.
notch.
No, for sure.
Malky's a gangster. Malky's a gangster.
Yeah, so he's like a mafia boss, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did Monkey beat me at the Don't Blink competition?
I think he has a loss over here.
Yeah. Oh, how about Abraham? Abraham loves it.
Okay.
But you guys like have to
you-
not blink.
You
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
So
You'll
that's
find
gonna
out.
happen
You'll
today.
find out. You'll find out.
It's gonna happen today. They
Okay.
didn't email that to you?
No, but I got like fake eyelashes and glue on. So
Don't worry. Oh, don't worry.
Hey.
We had our
You can
homegirl
pull them
here.
off. You can pull them off.
We had our homegirl here rip them off.
Oh no, she can't pull them off because it's Friday night. It's in Miami.
True,
She's gonna
true.
go to the club. We
Yeah.
wilding today.
I'm gonna rip them off and like hold my
yeah,
eyelids
yeah.
up so that I don't blink.
Yo, T, but growing up, like, what else did you like? What else? Tell us a little bit more about. You know what I'm saying?
It's just funny because people would think that I'm like super outgoing and shit.
Yeah.
I was so awful at everything. I tried to be on the dance team, sucked. Tried to be a cheerleader, sucked. Tried to play guitar, didn't do too well with it. I was just a little angry teenager.
Oh,
like
yeah,
angry,
yeah.
like I was one of those emo, like had my hair to the side and like I didn't really have any friends. I just stayed to myself. Like you would not believe it. My dad tried to make me play softball. Wasn't good at softball. it was just like this whole period of time where I was like trying to find what I liked. I liked being alone and like listening to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Hey.
I had my iPod. They dropped a song today, so I was very
Did
happy.
they?
Yes,
No
I was very
shit.
happy about that. But
dope.
I had my iPod. That was my life. I listened to my iPod and walked around Albuquerque all the time when I was young. Nothing like crazy.
So you just built your own athletic side then?
Absolutely. Well, my dad, like when I was really young, when we were really, really, really close, we were always, when we lived in Florida, always outside.
Okay.
Always on the lake, always in the woods, always on jet skis, just doing like tomboy things. So I was very tough and like doing that. And I couldn't seem to find people who enjoyed that as I came into my own. Like everyone wanted to be like, all the girls want to be girly girls and all the boys were like, ew, you're gross. Like, it's like, you know.
And any brothers and sisters?
I have a lot. I have 2 half sisters. I have a half brother. I have a stepsister and a stepbrother. So I've got a lot going on.
You put all those together, it might
It's just
make
family.
one.
Yeah, it's just one big family.
That's awesome.
Voltron, you're gonna build something together there.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you, do you cut weight for your fights?
Yeah, very little for 125. Very little for
I was gonna
125.
say,
Yeah, 'cause she's already plickety plow, plickety plow.
Piggity plow.
Disappear before our eyes there for a while.
I was cutting to 115. That's what I fought at in MMA and boxing and kickboxing. So coming to bare knuckle, I was like, oh, I gotta like gain weight.
Yeah.
And now I walk around like 135, 133. Like I don't. It's crazy because those 125ers, man. Some of them are like 140, 150.
Yeah.
And they'll like cut down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I walk around, and then I eat really clean. I don't put like shit in my body, and
Right.
I just like day of fight, don't eat, stay hydrated. Like I just do it like very easy.
Yeah.
And it makes me. I feel a lot better. At 115, I'm just like bones and skin.
Yeah, like
Bones
real
and
comfortable
skin.
right there in that weight right there.
Yeah, I like having
and
muscle.
that's dope. As a fighter, what's dope is being close to your weight and being able to eat and enjoy life at the same time. Because those weight, my last fight, I had a drastic.
Ay,
weight
ay,
cut.
ay, ay,
Yeah.
ay, that last right, boy. That boy was boy.
Sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so you're 3-0 in BKFC.
Oh yeah.
All eyes
Oh,
are
yeah.
on you right now.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And I know you're looking out to see what's about to happen now in Knucklemania.
Yes. I cue my eye roll. Yes.
Yeah, and you know BKFC is like a new promotion, so you got to be ready at all times. So they could call you at any moment too.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's how I always stay ready, baby.
Yeah, she ready.
Right.
She says she don't gotta get ready because she stay ready.
That's right.
That's me too. I'm 40 years old. I gotta stay ready. If not, I'll fucking lay down.
Your bones start hurting, your knees start pop blocking.
Everything fucking hurts.
Look at you. Went from not knowing how to dance. Everything she do, she moving into that.
Her dance teacher's looking at TV like, damn, I should have got her on the Hey, do you know what's going on with you in the future yet? Like in the near future for fights?
Oh man, I don't know if I should let it slip or not, but I was supposed to be, I'll just say this, I was supposed to be fighting a big name in March or April.
Okay.
Come to find out, like they said something to me, they mentioned it, we want you to take this fight in March or April. I'm like, hell yes, let's do it. Let's just say I was going to send somebody on their way out of bare knuckle.
Right.
If you can
I get it.
figure it out.
I get it.
I was supposed to send somebody on their way out, and they said that they won't be ready till July, that they are not doing that. They want to take that fight, their last fight, when it's time.
Right.
So I kind of had to just like, I was pissed because, first round didn't want to tell me because they knew I was going to get excited, but they also wanted to let me know, like, hey, this is probably what's going to happen.
And it's kind of part of the same circle too, the same family, you know?
Yeah. So they were like, we don't know, whatever. And then they finally told me, like, we don't think it's happening.
Yeah.
They really pushed for it, but I don't have anything going on right now. To be honest, I don't think that. I'm not trying to throw any dirt on Bare Knuckle's name at all because I love Bare Knuckle, I love the family, I love the people, but I don't think they really like me that much.
Listen,
I don't think they really like me that
Welcome
much.
to the Aliens Club.
I feel the same way. You know what I mean? Like they don't highlight the knockout. They don't highlight. I feel like I have fight of the year. You know what I mean? But whatever.
You better back up off my fight of the year.
That's right.
I'm like, oh, did you now?
That's right.
No, you did.
You know what? I didn't. That's right. That's right. Congratulations on that, by the way.
I'm sorry. My apologies, by the way.
Shit. Second place to my dog over here.
You didn't even know it. You didn't even know it.
Hey, did you sign a multi-fight deal or are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in a multi-fight deal, but when I first signed and I didn't have a manager, and they definitely talked to me a lot more and seemed like they were really wanting to push me a lot more. And now that I have a manager, and like just things are kind of different. which sucks because I know the fans love me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love the fans. And I love bare knuckle. I love fighting for them. I love the platform and stuff like that. But now it's like things just kind of like aren't the same. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like I love David Feldman. I think they're all the greatest. But I can tell that sometimes when they look at me, they're just kind of like.
Yeah, trust me, I do get what you're saying.
Because you're fucking great.
It's a weird thing, and
That's why.
To me, what I think, or the excuse I give myself, it's a new promotion. They actually, they're growing in a rapid pace that it's kind of hard to handle right now. So they're trying to get everything in the way they can. God bless them, and hopefully everything smooths itself out and it gets better. You get the face time you need.
I firmly believe, like, for the flyweight division, like, and of course I'm going to believe that because I am who I am. Right. I believe I'm the face of the flyweight division.
Yeah.
And
talk that talk.
Yeah, I really believe that I'm the face of the flyweight division. Christine Ferreira, I have a lot of respect for Christine.
Yeah,
she's a gangster. When you
absolutely.
when you talk to her in person, she's so nice, respectful, cool, down to earth. She's a savage when she fights, but I ain't scared of her.
Yeah.
She don't scare me. Yeah. I have no fear of her. Britton Hart don't scare me either. Britton Hart used to be my friend. I don't know what happened. She went 3-0-2, and then all of a sudden it was like she don't know who I am. She unfollowed me, things like that. So I'm just
because you became competition now.
I mean, I totally understand, but I'm just one of those people. I respect everybody. But
I'm the same way. I don't get into the just texting you back and forth on Instagram.
No, I'm not going to do that. No, I don't
get that too.
I respect I think Britton Hart is a savage. I think Christine's a savage, but I think that I'm the face of the flyweight.
Hell yeah!
I mean, and that's the way you're supposed to feel, especially as a fighter. Like you got to have that confidence in yourself.
Why would it? Like if
and you
got
dimples too. You got dimples too. It's like super cute.
That's a Pisces thing, bro.
Yeah, you got dimples too. I got like one dimple. Do you see it?
That's you're a Gemini.
You only got half.
When you look in the mirror, you got two.
Hey, right quick to talk about that management. Right quick that I wanted before I think I can say it. Yeah. When it comes to things like that, like. Even in the entertainment business, you know what I'm saying? Once certain people start seeing that you got representation and you got people that are going to look out for your best interests
and they
can't take advantage of you, then they start feeling a little iffy, and then they want to call it politics. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, hey, look, man, I'm a professional too, so I got representation. I got people looking out for me. Yeah. And hey, you cut it, we playing it. Let's go.
Yeah, because one thing I suck at is asking people for money for myself. I don't know what
I'm the same way.
I don't know how to put a price on myself, and I'm too much of a nice guy.
Oh man,
if it was up to me, I'd have every fucking company in Miami on my shorts, and I look like a NASCAR. You know?
Yeah, what I mean? And like for free.
Yeah,
I just like
they can put a logo.
No, but sometimes they used to make me sell tickets, bro. I used to fucking make no money. I give everybody my tickets.
I gotta pay for the tickets. I'm the same exact way.
Yeah.
They'll tell me like, you gotta, like, you are a brand. You're making money. This is for your like brand, your business, like you as a whole, your children. Like you really gotta tell them like don't be scared. I'm always like they're like, how much would you like for a sponsorship? Like how much does it take to sponsor you? I'm like,
what you got?
I'm like, I don't know, whatever you want to give me. Like, okay, here's a T-shirt and a fucking bottle of Pepsi.
No, that's not what I wanted. I was thinking a little bit more of 20,000.
Yeah, right.
Hey, how's mixing the fighting life and being a mom?
Man, it's difficult.
Is it?
Yeah.
You got two little boys also, right?
Two little boys, 4 and 5.
Cute as hell.
And they are wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Shit, just like mama.
Sassy little boys. They're crazy. But I always tell people that like Instagram makes things look so glamorous.
Right, absolutely.
But me and their dad aren't together. Every day I wake up at 4 a.m. I'm hauling them to school because me and him had a disagreement. Like their school is 45 minutes from my house. Okay. And on the days that I don't have them and he does, I go to his house at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So that he can go to work. And I'm at this man's house I don't really get like too along with their dad. So I'm at this man's house getting my kids up and ready for school so that he can go to work every morning. So I'm up at 4 a.m. driving them an hour to school, driving an hour back home. Then later on in the afternoon, driving an hour back to school and an hour back home, like making it work. Like I'm telling you, I probably cry like 5 times a week. I'm sensitive, but I really do like have breakdowns, and like sometimes I sit there and like bang my head like, how am I going to do the things that I'm doing? And I'm just like, where there's a will, there's a way. I like always just improvise, adapt, overcome, figure it out. If something throws me through a loop, like right now, COVID, if someone gets COVID in the kids' class, they can't go for like a week. Yeah. And like my kids have been like in and out of school. Like it's wild. Sometimes I'm just like pulling my hair out, but they're so awesome. And where there's a will, there's a way. I make it happen. Shit sucks sometimes. I put endless miles on my truck that I just bought myself, like in cash, and now my truck's like breaking down every other month. But like, you know, I do it because I want to, and you know, that's the only way to do it. Make it happen. You have to.
You gotta make it happen for sure.
Gotta make it happen.
Let me tell you, man. You know, I got kids myself. I started at an early age, and I've noticed throughout time. You know, I always want to tell my kids and show them that I'm doing the best I can for you. I'm doing everything I want, everything like I didn't have. I want to give you, but I've learned that if you just do the right thing and see, and they're gonna see you doing this, right? They've seen you doing this, and then eventually comes a time where they snap out of that little kid brain and they turn on and they're like, damn, mom really goes up and out of her way to do, you know, to get me what I have and stuff like that. So you know, more power to you. I know it's not easy, but just keep grinding.
I'm glad they haven't had to struggle yet. You know, my kids get everything they want and possibly deserve and stuff like that. So it's I'm lucky in that aspect because like when I was younger, we struggled and stuff like that. But my kids have everything they want and need. But thankfully,
and mom's famous.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what I mean?
You know what's so funny is they don't give
a shit
at all about it. They don't care. They'll be like, yeah, I mean, she's all right. Like, that's how the kids are. They're like, whatever. But she's, they don't care. But but it's fun. They do tell me, like, you're the best fighter in the world. They will tell me that. But when someone else talks about it, they're just like, yeah, whatever.
They're still little, though. Wait till they get older. And people are like, yo, I seen your mom fight. You know? That's why I be like, my little one is 8 years old, and my nephew's 9. They go to school together, and they always come home like, oh, my friend was telling me he's watching on YouTube. And I do... the career day, you know, I have the career day. So everybody's like, oh, I seen you fight. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I love that.
Yeah,
Someone
absolutely.
recognized me in the airport today when I got here.
That's
and that
awesome.
was kind of like a moment where I was like,
yeah, it's me.
what? I was like, you do. First of all, I had no makeup on, so I was like, no, this is Jack Nicholson. Like, what do you mean? No.
That's hilarious.
I was just like, but no, they recognized me and they called me out and they were like, we were sitting on the flight the whole time trying to figure out if it was you or not. And I was like, yeah, no, it's me.
That's
right?
awesome.
Nice.
That was kind of cool. That was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, those moments are cool, man. I get that every once in a while, and it's still, you know, astonishes me too, you know, because from where I come from, for people who are noticing me now for good stuff, I'm like, yes.
No, and T been posting things on Instagram, like, you know what I'm saying? She's been going extra viral.
Modeling side of
Modeling.
Listen.
What the fuck?
Listen, I'm just gonna be straight up. It's like, one, I enjoy it, so I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh my god, I just like have to get ready and go put a bikini on. No, it's like being a woman, like that's one of the things that's like a good thing and a bad thing. It's a double-edged sword. Like women, you know, we have that advantage where if we're pretty, people want to watch us more. Or if we do things like that, they want to look at us more. But then it's also a downside because it's like, why do you only look at me for that or whatever? And like, I mean, it's no secret. I have a fan site, and there are nights where I'll lay awake in bed and I'm like laying there and I'm like, this is what I do to get paid. And then also
it's paying the bills, I bet.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you ain't hear? She don't bought that truck cash. She said, let me get that one right there. Does it come on leather? Yeah, look, just take that.
Listen, my car went from like, when I fought for Knucklemania a year ago, this is all a year ago, guys. So a year ago, I was driving a 2006 Ford Escape. Shit, power steering went out. My steering wheel didn't work. My battery died. My tires had like 20 nails in them. Like, I couldn't afford to fucking fix it. And I remember Dean Toole hit me up and was like, hey, you know, if you're interested in doing this, like, it could be like something that like helps you out or worthwhile. I remember I fought for Knucklemania. That check helped me get by for a little bit. I could pay my rent. I could do things. I had a full-time job that was like 9 to 6. Still barely making it by.
Being a mom, still fighting all that shit. Damn.
Fighting everything. I had like 3 jobs at that time.
Trying to play the guitar.
Like, trying to play softball and dance. No. But yeah, Dean Toole hit me up. It's like, yo, you know, think about doing this after Knucklemania. He was like, think about doing this. If you feel comfortable doing it, like, I think it's a great idea. So it's one of those things where I'm like, anybody who says that they wouldn't just do that and like be willing to like make that extra fucking money, like why?
Hey,
like
Dean,
why would
I got some leopard print fucking cheetah skin fucking.
There you go. Why would you not? Why would you not do that? And it is fun to get dressed up and do modeling, but there is the downside where I lay awake at night and I'm like, what if everybody just stopped following my page and people notice this and people know what I'm doing, and it is like embarrassing, like when people like call shit out about it and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm like, then I pay my rent and I take $100 bill and just go.
Yeah, right.
I can't take your opinion to the bank.
Exactly.
So it is what it is, but you know, being a female fighter has definitely got its ups and downs. I mean, it is what it is.
I think everything got its ups and downs.
But it's more ups and downs, you know what I mean?
Yes, definitely way more ups and downs.
I think I like the picture, actually. I think I double tapped.
Yeah.
I think I double tapped. I think I left the comment, too.
Sometimes I just gotta look. I can't double tap, but
Yeah. Sometimes I like. Sometimes I think I really get hard on myself. I'm like, man, you know, I'm really posting something that's off the wall. This is gonna be so bad. My butt cheeks are out, or like whatever. And then I look at like someone else's page, like Paige or something. And I'm like, oh man, like mine is so like, so much more innocent. You know, so much more innocent. So then I don't feel as bad.
Listen, fucking keep kicking fucking ass. Bro.
Yes,
Keep
and
going.
as long as you keep kicking ass, I'll keep liking it.
Hey, listen.
Hey, you know what? You've mentioned it a couple of times. I wanted to circle back to it. How was 2020 for you? How was like when
it was the worst year of my life.
Was it?
She was going through the divorce.
I mean, I've had some pretty low points, like doing like I've lost people really close to me. I've been on drugs. I've had all that stuff happen. But 2020 was the worst year of my life. I just, I was in the middle of a divorce, like fighting for my kids' custody. So we had like a tooth and nail battle. And it was horrible, just not getting along. And everyone kept telling me, like, you know, hey, things are going to be okay. You guys will work it out. I stopped training. I had to move. I had to get an apartment. I had to get a full-time job that just, like, really sucked. And I had to get 2 more part-time jobs on top of that to try to live on my own, pay for a lawyer, do everything with, like, for my kids. And it just was horrible. And then COVID happens.
Yeah.
So then COVID happens, and I remember, like, I'm trying to find somewhere to live. Everywhere shut down. Cannot find anywhere to live.
So sorry to interrupt you, but so your divorce started like 2019?
Yes.
Okay, and then leading into 2020, you still getting divorced, and then COVID. Boom.
Yes.
Shit.
So it was just like,
so you're
boom.
like, fucking,
it was intense.
Yeah,
what the fuck's going on here?
I think there's a lot of hard things in life, but nothing is harder than something dealing with your kids.
Absolutely, yeah.
And like fighting over something like that for kids, like when you just love little humans so much, and you both are fighting over them, and you don't want.
And you really, I mean, and what it should be, I mean, it should be both of you want the best for them. So let's try to work something out.
Yeah,
but it's not like
but
that.
Unfortunately, it's
turns
just not
into
that
a competition,
easy.
right?
Yes, so it was like that for me, and had a lot of rough points, and then. I tried to get back into fighting. I'm like, maybe if I get back into fighting, like it'll help me
cope.
Yes, and so took 2 fights and fucking lost because my mental state was not good. And I don't want to say like I just lost. I lost bad.
Yeah.
And then finally the clouds started opening up and things started getting better, and I started like just training again just to do it because I enjoyed training. And then bare knuckle came about, and I was like, man.
Here it is.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my ex-husband at the time, like the week before I left for bare knuckle. I mean, I still had some shit going on before I even fought, but he had told me like, oh, he hated that I fought.
Yeah.
He
No,
hated
now
that.
he must now you're in the limelight, baby.
He really did not enjoy my fighting while we were together and after and whatever.
Did he ever have anything to do with fighting at all? Him?
No.
No. Okay.
No. So I think that's probably like it's harder for you to understand if you've never been in that
Right.
position.
Right.
But he had said to me, man, I told him, listen, you're going to have the kids for the week. I'm going to Florida to fight, blah, blah, blah. And of course he thinks that's like the worst thing ever. Text me, he was like, you're an idiot. You're going to go out there and get knocked the fuck out on TV in front of all these people. Sending me all these messages like that right before I fight. And I remember I was just like, that's what I thought about before I walked out for Knucklemania. Like, this man just told me like he's gonna be watching because he would like he was a hater but he'd be watching.
Yeah.
But he'd be watching.
That's how they all are.
That's how they. Okay.
You motherfuckers watching. I see ya.
So he
He's
watched
a
it.
hater / fan.
And now it's like we thankfully I'm not trying to just drag him because we get along now.
Absolutely,
And we have a good co-parenting.
PVO.
Yeah, I know, right?
we talk about one point coming back to the other.
But we gotta.
You know you started off as a hater.
But yeah.
But you circle back on.
Yeah,
That's
so we
cool.
get along good now. We co-parent. Everything's great. You know, I was like, hey, I'm going out to Miami. He's like, cool. March 7th through the blah, blah, blah. I'm going here. We get along well, and he's just there for it. I mean, I don't think he really cares for the fighting still, but now I'm like, look at me now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. How about, let me ask you, have you ever taken your kids to any fights or anything? Or
Not
no?
yet.
Not yet? Yeah.
My oldest one takes it really hard.
Does he?
I called him after Knucklemania.
Yeah, when you come home all banged up and shit?
I called him FaceTime after Knucklemania, and you were there. I was drenched, head to toe in blood.
Yeah.
Drenched.
Yeah.
Got my eyes fucking open. One of them shut. Like, I couldn't. My lips were swollen. But the first thing I thought in my head
Fucking
was...
traumatized them with a FaceTime.
I would have FaceTime my babies.
Yeah.
And, like,
I'm the same way.
didn't even rinse myself off. And my 5-year-old is just like,
Yeah.
he's, are you okay, Mom?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm good. And then he's like, okay, well, I love you. Good job. And then he hangs up. And I guess he like lost it. But on the phone, he held it together for me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Then my little one just like, whatever, I don't even care.
Yeah.
He'll be like,
You're still not cool.
Yeah, you're still not cool, Mom. Yeah. But
Yeah, I got like I said, I got the little one too. Him and my nephew, they're like more like not cousins but brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after my last fight with Tiago, I lost, and the most banged up I've been after a fight, and they're like, "Holy shit, Dad!"
scary.
Yeah, it is. It's fighter's life. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But
I want
it's
them to
fun.
go to a fight, but I want them to be able to say like, I want to go.
Yeah.
And then my kids can't like the fights are late at night. It's just like
That too. But you know what? Again, my opinion. You could do it to your children, but take them to like press conferences and weigh-ins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like
Yeah.
doing that for them. And what's cool about it, like your kids, my kids, when we do press conferences, weigh-ins, they're around other people that are going to be stars or are stars already too. And it's something that when they grow up, they talk about. They go to school, they talk about. It's dope.
And they see
I
the
like it.
camaraderie too.
Exactly. Yeah.
At least with you, because you ain't really, starting like, like trolling or none of that
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they see the camaraderie before the fight and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
they
exactly.
know that it's love.
Exactly. It's a sport. You know what I mean? It's a sport.
Absolutely.
It's a sport. And what do you got anything planned in this near future besides fighting?
No, nothing.
Okay.
This was my
Just
big plan. I came to Miami.
Don't blink, baby.
Don't
Let's
blink,
go.
baby.
And you doing any content creation in Miami? We need to get you on a beach and a towel.
Listen,
Hey.
I actually shot today with orangutan and
Oh, shit, that's
nice.
Yeah,
That's you.
yeah.
Shouts out to O.
And
Yeah.
they were amazing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like their vibe and the way they are.
Their
it's
vibe
just-
is such your vibe for
it
sure. That's
is
why you guys
crazy.
click. Yeah.
I was a huge fan, just like seeing them and stuff with like Paige, Pearl,
Huge,
Rachel.
yeah,
and
fuck yeah.
I'm like, I got to do that one day. And finally, like, I made it happen. I was like, okay, I'm doing Don't Blink. I need to go down here and shoot with them, make it
Hell
all
yeah.
happen. It was so cool.
That's awesome.
It was so much more than just like being in a bikini and like
Yeah.
taking pictures. It was like they really were the coolest down to earth people. Just awesome.
No, and they're doing
That's
their
dope.
thing. Yes, hell yeah.
yeah,
That's awesome.
It was fun.
You know what? I want to ask you too. What was the first tattoo?
Shit.
I've got
You got a
I've got 2 pistols right here on my wrist.
bang bang.
I got
Bang,
one right
bang, bang, bang. Yeah, see, that's what we did. That's what I got for
here.
my
I got a
first
grenade right here.
one. Oh my gosh. See, I tattooed like myself right there.
Oh,
It didn't
I did
stay.
too, but it didn't stay.
Yeah, it didn't stay. I got these done. Listen, this story is crazy. I was living on my own. I was 17 years old in Albuquerque. I said, this is when Craigslist was around.
Oh shit.
I'm like, I go on Craigslist and I type in like tattoo artists that will
Slash serial killer.
There we go. I tattoo artists. I found some random guy on Craigslist. I'm like, hey, like I'm only 17, but I live on my own.
Jesus, you're lucky you're still alive, girl.
I know.
Fuck.
In the heart of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Let me hit this meth. I'll get right back to that tattoo.
But it was crazy because like I was not scared at all. I'm not even gonna lie, I wasn't scared. And I go to this guy's house and he ends up being like an EMT and a nurse and stuff. And he was like, I just can't afford to pay for a tattoo booth, but I love to tattoo. And I got really lucky. But when I tell that story, I'm like, yeah, my first tattoo was off Craigslist, and I went to this man's house by myself. And like,
Damn, I'm
Yeah.
you just astounded
I'm
me.
scared just here listening.
Yeah.
to
I
that.
just gave no fucks. Like, yeah, it was.
Shit, let it rip at its finest.
What was your first tattoo?
My first tattoo was right here when I was 11 years old. My cousin did a pick and poke on me.
Oh, a pick up. Okay, I got a stick and poke too. Okay, I see that. All right.
You got one of those?
Yeah,
The
that's
thing is,
a,
my arm was like this big, so it was like huge back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
But now it's like, what is that?
what was yours?
I don't
He ain't
have
got
any.
You don't have any tattoos?
I don't have none. Do you want to be my first?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this
No,
one
no.
right here on my hand is that's a stick and poke.
Oof, it
And-
does look like it. Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like it. Were
and
you
then
in
I have
prison?
I had a friend that just does stick and poke, but I have the Pisces one too.
Oh, okay,
that's a
dope.
stick and poke.
Oh, shit.
God, so you like it. You like the feeling, right? That's why you.
You know what, man? As a kid, I always liked the artistic side of
Uh-huh.
it. I was always into gangs and street life too. So like once I left a little kid, AIDS and artistic shit, and so, you know, I just started doing more. And then I have 3-4 different friends. One that I've grown up with since I was 5 years old that owns a shop. So like, I've been blessed that I hardly. If I gotta force myself to pay for tattoos because I get everything
Yeah.
for free, so it works out.
Oh, man. man.
But it hurts though, right?
Yeah.
They suck sometimes.
Shit, you seen this
And
kid
as
you
I've
got
gotten-
right here in his head?
as I've gotten older, they suck even more. Like every time I start one, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, what am I doing?
Yeah,
what was your worst one? What do you think you're? Yeah.
The throat.
The throat, baby. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one got me. That one got me. Other than
Yeah.
that, like everything's been pretty manageable. This one, like, really wasn't that bad, but my body kind of started going into shock. Like, yo, why
The
are
B
you...
in the middle or your neck?
No,
Oh,
my
yeah,
neck,
okay, yeah,
my
yeah,
neck,
yeah, yeah.
my neck. It was like my body was like, "Why are you jamming needles in my jugular right now?" Like,
Yeah.
No, I got a couple. Well, like this one took months to do because I had to go back and forth. Because I remember my back. I got my whole back done, and there was one time I got there, everything was laid out, the gloves, the fucking everything, the ink. He went, eh. I'm like, all right, cool. Not today, not today, bro.
I'm
I
done.
can't do it. Yeah.
I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood.
I don't have it in me today, bro. And I ran off.
Yo, T, do you see yourself fighting in the metaverse?
Oh,
Fighting in the metaverse?
Yeah, you
yeah.
up to date with the crypto
Listen.
and all
Yeah,
that.
we actually, yeah,
NFT thing. You and-
we did the same commercial.
Yeah. So I'm actually like pretty pumped about that. I think that's pretty cool.
See, talking about you ain't doing that in 2022. Listen,
I
you
like the,
coming out.
You're gonna have a dude that weighs 250 pounds, right?
Uh-huh.
Eating chips on his couch, but in the metaverse, he looks like Taylor. He's like a little skinny girl.
Yeah, eating his Doritos, like
Yeah.
So like I didn't even really know about all of it until for Christmas. Santa brought my son a VR.
Nice.
And
Would you
I
get the
was-
Oculus?
Yes,
Dope.
and I was like, man, I'm kind of excited to try this thing.
I gotta
Yeah.
jump on that. I gotta jump on that.
Oh, it's so fun.
I'm gonna get on Amazon right after.
What do
we
you
get out of
see?
here.
What do you
It's
see?
scary. It's scary because it's like I see how addicting and like how being on the VR and like in the metaverse and things like that, like how it can change people.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even my son, like I let him on there for like a time period. And
It's
then
a drug.
I have to yank him off
Yeah,
that
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But when you're in there, you can't see anything around you.
I see. Like the other day, my boy actually, shout out to Bobby. He brought out the Oculus to my house, and my kids were there. They were playing. I never even got on it. I was like, that's because I was doing the Millions thing, watching some fights. So I
Yes.
never even got on it. But they were like, I'm watching the fights, and I'm like, what are they doing? And I guess there's like boundaries where you in the
Wow.
thing where you can't pass, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
You're
I've
like
never
in
done
a
it.
circle. It gives you like a little circle point. And
Yeah.
if you go out of it, like in case you're going to run into something.
Right.
But really, like you're in there and you can't see or really hear anything else
shit
going
is
on
crazy.
outside. And it is. It's
So
like
are
you're
you
in a whole other
excited?
world.
You excited?
I'm excited. Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah.
I'm more excited of like watching pay-per-view fights on there. I think that would be dope. It would be kind of like an IMAX.
Yeah, no, and well, they'll probably make it to where like you're sitting front row. You know, you're actually like you're in the fight. Yeah,
Yeah. So that would be really, really cool.
I want to be the referee and shit.
Yeah.
in the middle of the fight.
They can walk into the fight. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up?
Hey, what do you have? What's Combat Corner?
Combat Corner?
Yeah.
So they sponsor me. They're
Okay.
amazing gear, boxing gloves, shin guards,
Okay.
wraps, everything. I love them. That's one of those people that like I remember when I couldn't even afford boxing gloves. I'm like looking at their shit and I'm like, man, I would love some Combat Corner gloves.
Yeah.
And then
And
the gym I train at, we were like an affiliate, and I started going there. I'm like, man, I really want to buy some of their gloves, and now I'm Team Combat Corner.
That's
so
fucking awesome, bro.
now it's like
Manifesto.
they,
Manifesto.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. A lot of things you've said in this, in this interview, whatever you want to call it, and don't blink.
Yeah.
have come to
everything.
fruition.
I
Man. That's
firmly
awesome.
believe, and I'm one of those people that if I tell you I'm going to do something,
I'm the same
it's
way. Yeah.
happening.
Right.
It's happening.
You could take that to the bank. 100%.
and you could tell me not to do something, but if I want to do it, I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh,
It's
hey.
happening. It's
Hey.
happening.
I'm definitely that guy too.
That's
The
a
more you tell me
Pisces.
not to do it, the more you can guarantee I'm doing it.
Yeah,
Pisces
exactly.
gang.
Yeah.
Listen, my dad when I was little told me never get tattoos or I'm gonna beat yo ass.
She got one on her face.
My dad was like,
Don't threaten me with a good time, Dad.
I was like, okay. Yeah, that's why. And I always tell people all the time, I'm like, I firmly will blame my dad for all these tattoos.
Oh, I love that. I just saw it. What is it? I donut care with
Yes,
a donut.
with a donut. Yeah, I love donuts. I love
awesome.
sweet,
For real?
Me
sweet
too.
donuts.
Me too.
Candy.
Oh
Have you
my
have you
God.
tried Krispy Kreme?
on.
Have I?
Come on.
Ay, ay, ay.
Matter of
I
fact,
was like, trying
matter
to
of fact, do me a favor, order some by the time I get home. They're there.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, so good.
We got one by my house. That's why it came to my mind.
Oh,
Down the
that's
street
the real
on
one. That's the
163.
real
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
That's the
yeah,
real one. Wait for that light to turn on.
Ay, 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 ay.
Hey,
Yes.
big part of the show, biggest part of the show, I would have to say, besides having you on as a guest, we've done this with all our guests. Do you believe in the aliens?
I believe in aliens.
Okay.
I believe in a lot of
Have you
weird
seen
things
something
that-
over there in
Talk to us.
Albuquerque?
What? Oh yeah, true. Albuquerque too. Yeah.
What's up? You see some shit up
what
there?
weird things also do you believe in?
I believe in See, like I believe in like Bigfoot and things like that.
Oh, shit.
Like, yeah,
Really?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
some South Carolina shit.
I
right
believe
there.
it. Yeah, I know, right? What is it? The chupacabra.
Oh.
La
Yeah, like
chupacabra.
La
Say that again.
chupacabra.
La chupacabra.
was
That's the
some Miami
Albuquerque.
shit.
That's the Albuquerque in me. So I'm
Yes.
like I remember that shit used to actually scare me. Yeah, aliens.
Ugly ass shit
Like-
too. That made it.
There's just like
La
I just-
chupacabra scared you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's the only thing that scared you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. Like, okay, so we talked about doing drugs, but I did DMT
Oh shit. Okay.
and
That's like a fucking
all of
like
you-
2 minute high, right?
15
15
minutes.
Okay.
I
Hold on,
did-
you about to tell us the chupacabra story?
He
Yeah,
wasn't in the
it's getting
DMT
there.
mode.
Let's go, let's go,
He
let's go, let's go.
wasn't- He wasn't in the DMT.
Let's go. Exclusive.
But I always believe in shit like that because, like, when I did DMT, I died. Like, for those of you who don't know, DMT is like it's a drug,
Right.
and you smoke it. You go on like a trip for
Yeah.
15 minutes. You have to break through, and it's wild. It's
Right,
wild.
right.
One of those things like people see on the Joe Rogan. So like
Right.
Yeah.
and I watched on Joe Rogan. I was like, man, I want to do that, and I can say I definitely believe there's a lot more going on in the world. Like
Oh
that.
shit! You had like a third eye awakening there.
Yes,
Yeah.
like I mean, my experience was not that prolific and like grand and great. Like I can't sit and be like, oh, I saw like dancing aliens and
You
rainbows
didn't get
and
probed by aliens or nothing.
no, they just put it simply. I died,
Oh,
and
shit.
like, but then it made me really think. Like, there's definitely a lot more going on in our
Yeah.
world, in our galaxy, in our realm that we know about. So yes, I believe in aliens. I believe in all of the weird shit. I'm just like, you know what? I believe that I don't even. Sometimes I look at myself. I'm like, what? Like life is crazy. Life is crazy.
I always
for
say I
real.
feel like I'm an alien. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
I think outside the box. I do shit that other people don't. You know, I fucking carry myself like rare. So
Yeah,
Yeah, and I
That's how
barely
feel.
believe anything that anything and anybody says anymore. We really can't.
yeah, especially nowadays.
I only
You know what's
believe what
funny?
I believe.
I was just talking to my mother-in-law, and we were talking about like how like I was like, man, the world's going to shit. Like the world's gotten so soft. Like you can't tell
Yeah.
the truth anymore because you're hurting people's feelings, and you can't be a real man anymore because you're I don't know. Like it's fucking weird
Somebody's
nowadays.
gonna say
it's some-
something.
Yeah, somebody's
Yeah.
heard about some shit. You
Oh,
gotta.
yeah.
fucking-
Even talking on here, I'm like talking, and then I'll kind of like I can feel myself like reel in a little bit because I'm like, what if I say something that's offensive or like,
Yeah.
or say something,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
fucking
but
But we're just having
We're
a
just
conversation.
chilling.
Like
Well,
we
you-
just
you know what, I feel you on that because I come from my background's always been the streets, and I went juvenile detention centers, prison as a young man, and there's always been street. I finally changed my life around 5 years ago. So when I started doing interviews, it was like, am I snitching myself? I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say this shit now or what? You know, it's weird. Yeah,
That's so funny.
but yeah, the world's weird now, man.
It is. There's aliens. There's
there's aliens, there's us.
there's things.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
and there's a lot of great things that are going to continue to happen for us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's only the beginning of 2022, and shit's on its way up. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
If there's, what are you gonna say? No, you're gonna say. No,
I was
you
waiting
can
on
say.
you.
I was waiting.
You sound like you're about to say something smart. I want to hear it.
I was going to say.
Ooh, okay.
Hold on. Let me see.
Hey, for real, what advice you got out there for a young girl out there trying to follow your footsteps, man? What can we tell them? What gem can we drop on them?
Not even just young girls, like just anybody in general, kids, man, woman, whoever, alien.
Non-binary. Whatever.
I always just say like, if you are just work hard, be nice to people, and just never give up, which sounds so cliche. And I say all the time, I'm like, man, I hate to give this advice because it sounds so generic and stupid,
And, like,
but it
redundant,
is
yeah.
literally like if you work and you keep grinding, like it might take years, it might take a day, it might take months,
Right.
but if you just continue to work hard and
Towards whatever it is, too. Yeah.
work hard, give your best to every single person that you come across because people do remember how you made them feel, and just never give up. Like life is full of good and bad. Like that's just inevitable. There's never going to be good all the time. So when the bad comes, you just got to roll with the punches, baby. Like you got to just not give up. Like a lot of people, I think that's the problem is a lot of people, when something bad happens, they just, I'm done. I give up.
call it
I don't want
quits
to do
quick.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So you got to really just weather that storm. And like, I've been in the position of all of those things. I've had to work hard. I've had to not give up. I've had to be nice to people when I didn't want to fucking be nice to them. And you just do all those things. And I promise you, and you just have to believe it for yourself. Like, I am actually like very insecure and like self-conscious, but at the same time, I know that like if I want something, I'm gonna go fucking get that shit. Like, I believe in it, and I really firmly believe that. Like, you can't tell me that I'm not gonna do something that I want to do.
One thing that I see helps you, because I it's the same way with me. You're very aware of it too. So if you're aware of it and you could kind of call yourself on it, I'm being self-conscious, whatever. Being like, I talk to myself in my head a lot. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So as long as I'm aware of what's going on, I could call myself on it, and I snap out of that shit quick and keep it moving.
Oh yeah, like today, like I went and did this photo shoot. During the photo shoot, I'm like, I feel good. And then I get to the hotel, I'm starting to get ready for this. I'm like, oh my god, I look horrible. I'm not ready. And then I'm like, you know what? Screw that. We got to go have some fun. So let's do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, my best advice: work hard, be nice to people, never give up. All those things. Where there's a will, there's a way. Like, things like I hate when people say they don't have time or they can't or do anything. Like, you really can. You just have to make it work. You get 24 hours in a day. You
wake up at 4 a.m. and make it happen.
I wake up at 4.
Yeah.
Listen, I have been up since 4 this morning. Like, I've been up since 4 this morning, took my kids to school, hopped on the plane, came here straight to the photo shoot, straight back to the hotel, straight here. Like, I made it work. Like, I mean, I'm going to be dead tired later on, but I wanted to do this. I wanted to be here. I wanted to make things happen. So that's what you do.
You know what? Doing this all this hard work right now, you're setting yourself up for the future. So God willing, you'll be able to retire at a young age, be nothing but a great mom and have a great future ahead of you.
Absolutely.
Hell
So
yeah.
it takes hard work.
yeah.
It takes consistency. It takes never giving up to make it there.
That's just one of my things too. Is like working hard and not giving up are huge, but being nice to people.
Yeah.
Being nice to people.
It
It's
don't cost
not
nothing.
hard. It don't cost
Yeah.
nothing. It's free. My Uber driver on the way here, man, was so pumped. He said, "Man, you are the nicest person I've ever met. Everybody's so mean that comes in here." And I was like, I mean, all I did was get in here and be like, "Hey, how are you today?"
Yeah. I take pride in being nice to people too.
I love
that. And especially, I always say this, especially like I guess you could say the same thing. We're tattooed. I got the gold teeth. I got the dreads. So when I come in, I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" And everybody's like, "Oh shit, bro, you look mean, but you're cool."
Yeah. So it's like, just be nice to people. Like you said, it costs nothing. It's the best feeling in the world when you touch somebody like that and like make them feel good. It makes you feel good, and just, I mean, even if they have a shitty attitude, like, just be nice anyway, and then like you can sleep at night. Hey, I was nice to that person.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Man.
Taylor, you've been fucking amazing.
Hey,
man.
Yeah.
thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for having
Came
me,
in here
guys.
rocking it.
It's a pleasure to have you here. You're amazing. It's awesome. I was there for your first fight in Knucklemania last year.
You were there for my second one.
Your second one. This whole this whole trajectory that you're going on is amazing. Everything you're doing. You're a great mom. You're a great person. Keep this shit up, please.
No, you guys
man.
are amazing.
Hell yeah.
I'm such huge fans, and I
Thank
love
you.
you guys. Like, you don't even know, when I heard you were at my first fight, I was like, he saw my first fight. Like, it was like a big deal to me. Like, and then it was just really cool. So no, like, I love you guys. Thank you for having me.
I was there. I will be there. I will continue to be there,
Let's
man.
go.
So keep kicking
and
ass.
I got to be there when you
yeah.
fought, so that was like really, really
Dog,
dope.
How
It was dope.
was that? How was that seeing him?
My butt cheeks were clenched like this, it was just wild.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
him
yeah.
and Tiago fought, and just like that whole night was wild, and
Yeah.
it was like, I'm a huge fan, so watching that, it was just like, oh. And I think I had actually just met Tiago too before that, and it was just like, oh my god, like they're both so amazing. It was just it was really good to just witness it. The venue was beautiful. It was awesome.
It was a great time, great fight, man. Shout out to Tiago. He's part of the family too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
hell
round. First round management. Let's go. Again, man, it's been awesome having you on.
Thank you, guys.
You have a hot seat there whenever you're ready to come back. Hopefully, after your next fight, we talk about your next win, and you headed for that belt.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
fucking
go.
go. Let's
The
fucking
flyweight
go.
champ is right here, baby.
Talk that talk.
Let's go. Thank you, everybody, for watching Don't Blink Podcast. It's been me, the kid, and Killa B. Starling in the fucking building.
Yes.
BKFC's hopefully future women's champion.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go. Thank you, and don't blink. Bow. I think me and Two Nights got something great going on. We got some great guests coming up. It's gonna be dope. We got some dope people that already signed up to do it with us, which is great. A lot of people show us love, and it's because we love them back for sure.